Good morning. We are going to wake you up this morning with our new gathering song, our old new gathering song. You'll be familiar with it. It's called Open the Eyes of My Heart. Please stand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Holy. We are indeed whole right here and right now at Unity of Stuart. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Stuart. Welcome to everybody who is in the room and welcome to everyone who is online. Let us look and see who is online. Hey, Cheryl in Connecticut is online. Audrey, I forget where you are. West Florida. Alan is also in West Florida. Sylvie is north by Jacksonville. And Cheryl, again, is Connecticut. And Joe, hey, Joe, it's good to see you. She's right here in Stuart. Hey, Kathy Day, happy birthday month. And Marie is watching on Facebook. On YouTube, we have, well, Lana's in the kitchen. Or, Lana, are you in the room? Nope, she's in the kitchen. Jess and Phil are in the car on the way somewhere, hey. And Pam. And Ann and Tony and Irma. There you are in the room. All right. And as always, we have with us a joyful noise, band and choir. And our special music today features Mike Taylor. All right, and welcome to first-timers in the room. If you are a first-timer in the room and you would like to receive a welcome packet, please raise your hand so Ricky and or Molly and or Mary Claire can see you. Anybody here for the first time today? All right, we have a whole bunch of old-timers in the room. And welcome to everybody. If you are here for the first time and you haven't raised your hand, you can get a welcome packet on the way out. And if you have been around a while and you would like a welcome packet to hand to a friend or two or three, please feel free to take as many as you'd like on the way out. Today is Potluck Sunday, so we have a lot of goodies in the kitchen, and so please come and join us for that. If you're a first-timer on Facebook or YouTube and you would like to get a welcome packet, please email May at Eva. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Please email Eva at admin@unityofstuart.org, and she'd be happy to send you a welcome packet. Most importantly, we'd like everyone to know that Unity of Stuart is a welcoming, affirming, practical path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone is honored here, and thank you for being here. You do indeed honor us with your presence. I had two people today say, Allie, when they saw my shirt. So I'd like you to know it's Ally. And we are celebrating the Pride Month this month, and so that's why I'm wearing this T-shirt today. All right, let's see what else is going on. Oh, we have a board director of the day. It is not Peter Keelan. It is Mary Claire Anderson-Dykema, who's also her birthday month, so thank you, Mary Claire.
June bugs.
If you have any questions and you can't get to me, or if you prefer to talk to Mary Claire will help you find the answers to your questions if she doesn't know them. Chuck Celebration of Life is this coming Sunday. That's June 8th. Thank you. Saturday. And for those of you who don't know who Chuck is, Chuck was our longtime drummer, and he died a few weeks ago. And we are celebrating his life on June 8th at 3 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. What else is going on? Oh, we do have prayer chaplains on duty. And they will not be singing or playing the guitar when you pray with them. The prayer chaplains who are on duty today are Connie Cox and Brucey Quick, and you will know them by their stoles, and they'll be in the sanctuary after service. They will hold your prayer in the highest confidence. You can also place a prayer intention in the prayer box out in the foyer. And if you would like to send in a prayer to get turned over to the prayer chaplains, you can email us at prayer@unityofstuart.org. And you can also call the Silent Unity prayer line at that phone number right there. So, June is Pride Month. And it's time to celebrate love, diversity, and the freedom to be who you are. It's a reminder that every person deserves respect and acceptance and honoring regardless of their gender identity or sexual orientation. So this month we honor our LGBTQ+ siblings and the courage that it takes to live authentically, and also the progress we've made to equality. Please join me in dedicating our service to continuing to advocate for a world that works for all, where everybody can live without fear or discrimination, and where we embrace the opportunity right here to show our support, to educate ourselves, and to spread love. I just remembered I had a slide for that. I give thanks for and honor diversity. If all people were exactly alike, all looking alike, eating the same foods, living in the same manner, the lack of variety might make the world seem rather lackluster. I am grateful for diversity. I give thanks that there is diversity in my world and that my life is blessed with multitudes of interesting individuals. I give thanks for the blessing of my own individuality and the individuality of others. And in my everyday life, I honor, respect, and nourish the diverseness of all people by being open and receptive to them, their uniqueness and traditions, their thoughts and insight. Each day, I let my words and actions be a reflection of the peace, joy, and love of Spirit within me. My life is filled with the blessings of many unique individuals. And let's take a deep breath. As we settle into this holy space, I invite us to open our hearts and minds to the beautiful diversity of our world. Every individual that steps on this planet is worthy of our love, of our respect, of our acceptance, and of our honoring. We give thanks. We give thanks for and honor diversity. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm our affirmation together. I give thanks and honor. Let's try that again because I messed that up. I give thanks for and honor diversity. And let's take a deep breath. And feel that gratitude for all of the folks in our lives. As we affirm one more time together. I give thanks for and honor diversity. And so it is. And before our meditation today, we are going into our new member dedication. We had our class 2 weeks ago, I believe, and we are welcoming 6 new members, I believe. 4, how many people are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of which are here. That can't be right. Yeah, it's all right. It's for later. Thank you. Well, you'll see the people that are up, that come up, and you'll see the people that are on the screen. So I'm going to invite everybody to come up on the platform. Thank you, Rini. And please come up. Just leave it. It's only water. Just leave it. If you, on YouTube and Facebook, I just spilled a whole thing of water on my podium. Let's take a deep breath together, shall we? As we call up our new members, Scott Hodgins. I don't think. Can we wait to clap for everybody until they all get up here? Scott, why don't you come over here, come up behind me, and fan out over here, if you would. I don't think Larissa is here. I didn't see Larissa today. All right, Scott, Larissa, Tony, Marie. Tony, say your name out loud, your last name out loud, please. Scavone. Tony Marie Scavone. Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, we're supposed to put our applause.
Applause at the end, please. Irma Martinez. Where are you, Irma? Jill Waddles. And Allison Lee is on the screen, and so is Audrey Noel. So I was right, there are 6 people. And I'm going to invite our board president up, Linda, to help me with this. And let us just, you can hold on to those. Yes. So the reason why we're both here as the spiritual leader of the church and as the board president, I recommend new members to the board, and the board has never said no yet. So Linda is here representing the board because it is a team effort to encourage people to become members and indeed to induct them, if you will, install them into our membership. I'm almost there. All right. Hi. Hello. How's it going? I interacted with these wonderful people and with Kevin Reedon, who came. He was already a member, and he came to just be part of the class, to bring his energy and his wisdom to the class. And we interacted with these people for a couple of hours a few Sundays ago, and they are now have fulfilled the requirement to become voting members of Unity of Stuart. But even more importantly than that, the taking of the class reflects a desire for them to deepen their spiritual life, to deepen their spiritual practice, and to make their spiritual transformation and unfoldment a priority in their lives. We come together in unity, and we bring various backgrounds together. We're diverse in a lot of backgrounds, not so diverse in color as you look around and see, but we are diverse in a variety of things. And we blend those together to live in Christ consciousness, supporting each other in prayer, in thought, in spiritual companionship, and in sacred service, for that's how we transform ourselves and the world. So, Linda, why don't you hand those out first? I do believe they're in order.
Oh, my goodness.
That's for Scott. Tony, Irma, and Jill. And Allison and Audrey, yours are in the office. So, friends in unity, it is our honor and joy on behalf of the board of directors and our membership to welcome you into full and active membership in Unity of Stuart. Welcome, welcome. Let us bless our new members with our offering blessing, starting with new members together. New members, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. And so it is. Here, wait, I'll go over here. Act like you like each other. Thanks, Rini. All right, now we can clap, yeah? Thank you. You can be seated. Thank you, Rose. All right, we're going to let Rose do a little bit of something here. And I also, while we're doing that little bit of cleanup, I want to mention that we had a beautiful, what did we have it?
Coffee house.
Coffee house on Friday night. in which we celebrated Chuck, connected souls, sang a few of Chuck's songs, and we felt his presence here. And it was a wonderful night, so appreciation for Connected Souls and everybody who came.
And it raised $630
Just leave that there,
for the
Rose.
church.
Be done. How much?
$630.
$630. And the person who won our 50-50 turned it back to the church, but no pressure.
Thank you, Sue.
All right. Let's prepare for meditation. Let me breathe deeply, consciously. And if you're comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 more deep, conscious breaths. Dropping your shoulders, becoming aware of your body on the seat, and dropping your attention from your head to your heart. Opening your heart for the gifts of this time of conscious connection with Spirit. And as your breath finds its natural rhythm, I invite you to allow the words you hear to become the words of your own mind and heart this morning. I turn my attention to my power of faith, my ability to see what cannot be seen from the human perspective. I activate this spiritual power and anticipate perceiving a higher truth than I see with my physical senses. I dare myself to see what cannot be seen with my human eyes. I perceive the truth that life is eternal and perfect in every stage and form. I stretch my capacity to see the good in all situations. I envision possibilities even in seemingly impossible circumstances. I open my mind and heart to this truth that the harmonizing creative power behind all that I am and experience is my nature. I am divine. I demonstrate this conviction by living as love lives, as wholeness lives, as wisdom lives. By my innate power of faith, I live in positive expectancy. I center my attention in joyous anticipation, knowing all is well, all is well, and all is well. In the quiet. And I invite us into one more deep, conscious breath. And I invite us to bring into our awareness all those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stuart, and all those and any situation that is in your heart this morning. And as we have activated our faith, I invite you to hold all in this faith and in divine light. And I invite you to speak those issues or names gently into this sacred space. And releasing all into the care and keeping of oneness. I invite you to join me in praying this in the name and the nature, the light, in the love, in the faith of the indwelling Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen. Let's sing.
This is a song by Luke Bryan that Mike's going to sing. Most people are good. Most people. One, two, three, four.
I believe kids ought to stay kids as long as they can. Turn off the screen, go climb a tree, get dirt on their hands. I believe we gotta forgive and make amends. 'Cause nobody gets a second chance to make new old friends. I believe in working hard for what you got, even if it don't add up to a hell of a lot. I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon and stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe them streets of gold are worth the work, but I'd still want to go even if they were paved in dirt. I believe youth is spent well on the young, 'cause wisdom in your teens would be a lot less fun. I believe if you just go by the nightly news, your faith in all mankind would be the first thing you lose. I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe that days go slow and years go fast, and every breath's a gift, the first one to the last. I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon and stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Joyful Noise. Let me get situated before I start talking. I won't knock anything over. Welcome to our 12 Powers series. How many people here have never heard of the 12 Powers? Oh, all right. Seriously? All right, a few. Okay. Say again? 12 powers. We have stones in the meditation garden with the 12 powers on them. So the 12 powers are faith, strength, love, wisdom, power, imagination, understanding, will, order, zeal, release, and life. And these powers were discerned/created by Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore as basic fundamental spiritual gifts or abilities that we all have. We don't acquire them, we already have them. What is ours to do is to activate them and use them. And the teaching is that whenever we activate and use these 12 powers, when we perfect them, we strengthen our own inner Christ consciousness. And the number 12 comes from the 12 disciples, apostles, and each power is connected to a disciple/apostle. And so we'll be talking about that. And we're going to do this for the next 12 weeks, one power every week. And before I go any further, there's a chart on the information table out there, on the glass one, that has a chart of the power, the meaning, the disciple. There's a color, there's a body part, it has all of the things. So I won't be talking about all of that in every lesson, but if you want more information about that, you can use that as your starting point. So for me, the 12 powers represent the 12 components when we talk about being created in God's image and likeness. Right? I usually say we're created in that image of light and love, and we can bring in all the 12 powers of that as well. And then we become more aware and we expand our true nature, more able to demonstrate our divine potential when we embrace and activate these 12 powers. So the first power that we're going to talk about is faith. Faith is our ability to perceive divine goodness and divine ideas even when there's all evidence to the contrary. It's our ability to go within and call everything for us. And it's not confined to religion, faith. We use our faith power whenever we bring our attention to anything. Whenever we focus on something, we're using our faith power. So it's a creative process as well, because when we activate our faith, we more closely align with Spirit, and when we more closely align with Spirit, we are better able to mold our lives. The words that the Unity teachings use, we mold and create substance, unseen substance, so we can bring more good into our lives when we activate our faith. Remember that where our attention goes, our energy flows, and where our energy flows, that grows. Right? So what we put our attention on, that's the good news and perhaps the challenging news. Have you ever heard yourself say, "Oh, I just need a little more faith"? Anybody? Yeah? Just if I only had some faith. The truth is, we already have all the faith we're ever going to need. We're born with that faith. What we need to do is we need to use our faith in a more laser-sharp way, rather than putting faith in that which we don't want. If you're not sure about where you spend your energy, look at what you're doing every day. Look at what you're focused on. Our homes, our education, our jobs, money, our friends, our cars, our retirement accounts. Where are we placing our faith? In the legal system? Our natural tendency is to put our faith where we can see it and touch it. And we tend to have faith in the things that are observable and that show predictable results. And then if they don't look like what we think we should look like, we may think we're losing our faith. We question our faith. We question God, that which we call God. But remember, our faith is our ability to perceive that which we don't see with our human eyes. It's that deep knowing that whatever the good we're looking for is, it's already here. It's already here. It's already ours. For many of us, we've seen A Miracle on 34th Street, that movie, that Christmas movie. In that Christmas movie, somebody says, probably Santa Claus, faith is believing when common sense tells you not to. Common sense. Now, let's higher sense. Let's change that common sense to a higher sense. When we use our higher sense, when we use our higher mind, we can more perfectly activate our faith. The medieval Hindu philosopher Ramanuja said, "What we seek as our highest goal depends upon what we believe ourselves to be. What we think, what we seek as our highest goal depends upon what we believe ourselves to be. Take a breath into that for a moment. And think about what you believe yourself to be. Again, this is good news and also challenging news, because that means we get what we put our faith in. We get what we believe in. We get what we have faith in. That's why the work that we do here at Unity of Stuart, and all other unities, I would say, is important, because I teach, I put my faith in expanding my concept of who I am and whose I am in the world. If I believe that I'm a small, insignificant, piece of dirt on the planet, then that's what I will achieve from. That's what I will create from. But if I believe that I'm a powerful expression of the divine, one with spirit, that's what I will create from. Amen? So, we need to look at what we really believe about ourselves, not just what we say we believe. And that's where the excavation comes in, right? That's where going within comes in. Wayne Dyer, in his book, The Spiritual Solution, there is a spiritual solution to every problem, says we have one problem from which all sub-problems flow. That is a belief that we are separate from that which we call God. It is from this feeling of being separate that we create all of our fears and doubts. So, what are we perceiving? So, in discerning the 12 powers, as I said earlier, Fillmore assigned a disciple to each power. And interestingly, if you know anything about the story of Peter, the first disciple that Jesus called, he is the disciple of faith. Not because he was always faithful, but because he wasn't, at least not at first. And he chose to deepen his power of faith. He grew in his conviction because when he recognized what Jesus was, then he was able to align with that and recognize who he was at depth. That they were both individualized expressions of the divine, just as we are. We are individualized expressions of the divine. It could be that Peter had that aha moment, and then he was able to step into his faith. And we've all had, I'm not going to assume, but I imagine we all, if not most of us, have had an aha moment in our lives of sensing the truth of who we are and the truth of our existence. We could call them wake-up calls from the universe, right? And so here's a little bit of an aside. When we get those wake-up calls, when they come in a gentle way, pay attention. Because what happens when you don't pay attention to the aha, when it comes gently? You've ever heard of the spiritual 2x4? Right? So we want to stay away from that, even though I've been around a lot of people who have woken up from the spiritual 2x4. But I don't know about you, but I'd much rather wake up to the spiritual feather, if you will. In her book, which is about the 12 powers, Unity Minister Linda Martella-Whitsitt, Divine Audacity is the book, compares the power of faith to conviction. And she writes that conviction is trust, assurance, confidence, a firmly held belief or opinion. She writes that we do not need to perpetually recite affirmations or keep a desire afloat, like juggling pins that need our constant attention to stay above ground. Right? So I know in my past, when I first came on the conscious path, I felt like I needed to say affirmations all the time. So I needed to keep them in the forefront of my mind because I didn't trust that if I just made that affirmation and let it go, that it would happen. Where did I have my faith in? Right? And certainly not in the power and the presence of spirit. I had my faith in my human mind to be able to keep that in the forefront of my mind and then bring it to fruition. So when we say we have faith, do we have conviction about that? Sometimes we think we have conviction, but then we get impatient when things aren't happening too fast, right? How come this isn't happening? I'm praying. I'm meditating. I'm affirming. So if the results aren't fast enough, let's just let us know that we don't know what is our ultimate good. We don't know the ultimate good for what happens in our lives. An absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. So if we don't see it right now, we are called to remain faith-filled. This brings us to our movie of the week, Indiana Jones, and I think it's The Last Crusade. So if those of you who haven't seen it or haven't seen it in decades, the movie follows Indiana Jones' search for the Holy Grail, which is a search that his father, played by Sean Connery, has spent his entire life on. And throughout the movie, we see that Indy has what he has faith in. He has faith in his academic training. He has faith in his wits. He has faith in his whip. He has faith in his ingenuity. He's kind of like an archaeological MacGyver, if you will. And we also see him in this movie recovering his faith in his father and in his past. And near the end of the movie, when he was literally within arm's reach of the prize, his father, played by Sean Connery, was mortally wounded. And he was mortally wounded because his nemesis, the bad guy, shot him deliberately to force Indy to figure out the final steps of getting to the Holy Grail. So throughout the whole movie, they've been referring to this little guidebook. You'll see it in the clip, trying to figure out the clues to get to the Holy Grail. So as his father lay dying at his feet, he said to Indy, "It's time to ask yourself what you believe." And knowing that there was the water of life found by the Holy Grail would save his father, Indy put feet to his faith, literally. He went through a couple of deadly booby traps until he got to the very last step of his journey.
Only in the leap from the lion's head will he prove his worth. Impossible. Nobody can jump this.
Nobody can jump this, he just said.
Indy! Indy, you must hurry! Come quickly!
It's a leap of faith.
A leap of faith.
You must believe, boy. You must believe.
Jerry, turn this down a little bit, please. Not a leap of faith, really. He took a step, literal step of faith. And you can see that he's showing that fear, right, that we all fear, maybe when we have to take a step in faith. But we also know that he wanted to save his dad, right? He would do whatever it took to save his dad. And as if by magic, this bridge appeared. But here's the neat thing about that. The bridge has always been there. He just couldn't see it. And it wasn't until he took that first step that it appeared. He had to have faith. Faith that the universe knew what it was doing. Faith that he wouldn't be led astray. Faith in his father and the decades he spent researching. So faith kicks in when we step out of our comfort zone and embrace the unknown. It's about moving away from what we know and feel safe with into areas that feel uncertain and maybe even scary. That's where faith starts to grow. And I've talked about this before. Many of us, a lot of the times in our lives, live in this little box, right? And we get comfortable in the box. And so what the activation of faith tells us to do is to step out of the box and get comfortable with discomfort. If we just stay in the places where we're comfortable, nothing ever changes. And for those of us who were brought up with what I would say, with a kind of a narrow definition of faith, having faith means you believe this specific dogma or a specific code of conduct or a specific way of seeing the world. And that's the paradox of faith, that what we hold on to, what we claim is faith, is actually sometimes our comfort zone. We say, well, this is what I was taught. This is what I believe. The people who knew told me this, so this is what I must believe in. Stepping out of that box is uncomfortable, especially the longer that we've been in it. My growing up faith was all that I knew, my growing up faith. But at some point, the loving Jesus and the God that would send me to hell if I chewed gum in church, true story, or if I didn't recite the Apostles' Creed or go to confession, so after a while, that didn't connect with me anymore. But before I had a change of heart, I want to share with you. I was talking to my sister the other day, and she said, I was cleaning out my closet, and I found this folder, and in this folder was this poem, if it can be called that I wrote when I was 17, a month after my mom died. What is up there? Is there anything but air? Is a God, all the gods are in quotation marks. What is up there? Is there anything but air? Is a God watching over me? Who am I talking to when I ask for help? What is listening when I talk, when I pray? No one. The heavens are empty of all gods. The only one that hears me when I talk is myself. And then, thank goodness, in my late teens, about 2 years after that, I found New Thought. And when I was a young mom, I found Unity. And then I was moved into many years of a deep appreciation and study of New Thought with the master teacher, with metaphysics. And then I went to Interfaith Seminary, and I learned about all different kinds of traditions and fell a bit in love with the Buddhist philosophy. And all of this led to my devotion to spiritual work, into that excavation I was talking about what in me can I activate to transform and grow into that continues to remind me that I am an expression of the divine and therefore to act like it, to continue to navigate my own emotional issues, my own traumas and all this stuff. Get a therapist, everybody. You can't do this by yourself. All my emotional trauma to bring me to a place where I could begin to know and activate my own self-worth and remember who I am. To step out of that box that I was no longer comfortable in, but was still afraid, and you see a little anger in that poem I wrote when I was 17, but I got extremely lucky when I stumbled into New Thought and Unity teachings at an early age. So we're called to step out in faith, to be uncomfortable, especially if we have a narrow idea of faith, and then we hear a thought, well, there is no God the way you think of it, and you think, what's going to happen? Am I going to go to hell? Am I going to be struck by lightning? That's never going to happen. But to be comfortable in your discomfort, to be able to navigate, how to widen your view of faith. To have the courage to live into what's going on here and perhaps our new and our growing idea of what spirit is, what that which we call God is. And to step off the cliff that's being presented to us now. So faith is stepping into the realm of mystery, into the unknown, away from the safe and the comfortable and the secure. Now, don't quit your job over this. Because I've heard people, say, you listen to a lesson like this. I mean, quit your job if you're going to quit your job. But first, before you do anything drastic, navigate what's going on with you. Talk about it with someone trusted. Don't just go out and say, well, I heard that this, and this. See what really motivates you about this. See what is moving and growing in you first, and make sure you have a direct connection to the God of your understanding. And then, when you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid for you to stand on, or you will be taught to fly. I affirm this truth for each and every one of us. Namaste. As we move into our love offering, our celebration of abundance, I want to just mention something that I haven't mentioned. I thank consistent givers most every week, but I wanted to bring your attention that as we come into the summer, I've had a couple of people say, I'm going to become a consistent giver because I'm going to be away all summer and I want to continue to support Unity of Stuart. So if you are thinking about that, or if you're going away for the summer, or even if you want to make sure that you give of your gifts to Unity of Stuart every week, in the seats in front of you, there's a consistent giving form. And so if you'd like to take a look at that, and it really helps us know what's coming in every month, and it helps us to better use our budget. So thank you for that. And thank you for everyone who gives to Unity of Stuart, of your time, of your talent, and of your treasure. We appreciate you, and we appreciate that your giving to Unity of Stuart helps raise the vibration of the planet. So thank you. And there are ways to give to Unity of Stuart. For those of you that are online, I believe Sophie is going to put that up if it hasn't gone up already. And let us affirm our prosperity prayer and our love offering blessing together. In a universe
overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met.
from every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing about it.
Yeah.
So this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we had a meeting a few weeks ago. We're having another community coalition meeting for those who care about civil rights, racial justice, and co-creating a world that works for everyone, including LGBTQ plus folks. Join us today at 3 p.m. right here at Unity. That's with what we call here in Unity spiritual activism. So come and join us for that 3 o'clock. And I wonder if there are kiddos out there. Do we know?
Yep.
All right, let's stand as we sing the kiddos in.
2, 3.
Hello. How's it going? Jen is still away. I want to thank Daisy and Cadence for taking care of the kiddos. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share today? Do you want to show you don't have to say anything. Do you want to show your art that you did a few weeks ago? They did this art let's hold it up so everybody can see it. There you go. All right. Looks like the ocean. Yeah. Looks like the ocean. Anybody else? Do you want to share something, or should I share for you? You want me to share for you? Oh, okay. Oh, come on. All right. No pressure. No pressure. Little brother? Yes. Okay, thank you. Kaya has a new little brother.
Yay!
He was born on Thursday. Saturday. Yes. Yesterday was Saturday. Friday. He was born.
No, she wasn't born on.
Born Friday.
He was born in the last few days. All right, so congratulations, big sister. All right. All right, who has a birthday in June? Jen. Mary Claire's in the office. Hildy, who else? Okay, if you'd like to stand, if you are able, so we can sing to you.
Heck yeah!
Whose birthday? Dahlia's birthday. Come over here and stand by me so people can see you.
Let's go, little June
1,
buds.
2, 3,
All
4.
right.
Say it's your birthday, but it's your birthday. Say it's your birthday, gonna have a good time. But it's your birthday, happy, happy birthday, happy, happy birthday, happy, happy birthday to you.
6. All right. All right. Dahlia's going to be 6 on the 11th. And my granddaughter May is going to be, oh my goodness, she's going to be 6 too on the 20th. All right. Let us stand as we bless our kiddos in song.
We love you, we bless you, we truly, truly appreciate. We behold the Christ in you.
And let's close with a prayer for protection and the peace song. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. Let's sing.